Yes, welcome back to Poetry and Police. It has been a while since I've done a video. I've been busy for the past few weeks, but it's always good to observe. But big up to all my subscribers, big up to the law-abiding citizens of Jamaica, big up to the good police officers in Jamaica, the good law-abiding citizens, police officers, teachers, nurses, firemen, all essential services in Jamaica. All of us are seen to be overworked and underpaid. Now, in recent times, Jamaicans, both in Jamaica, or would I say Jamaica abroad, and both Jamaicans abroad, we all seem to be disgusted about the new salary package for our famous politicians in Jamaica. And I am not surprised. I don't know why most Jamaicans seem to be surprised about the recent raise as it relates to the salaries of politicians in Jamaica. Because what we seem to be missing and we're not understanding is that Jamaica is now, Jamaica can now be classified as a as a country that is led by dictatorship. And when I say dictatorship, let me explain this to you. The leaders in Jamaica nowadays, the leaders the present leaders of Jamaica, are running the country as if they do not care about the opinions of the Jamaican people and they do not care about the welfare of Jamaican people. For example, let me tell you this. The former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson had passed certain rules or regulations then that every politician upon resigning would get their full salary for pension. No, I believe I am of the opinion, and it should be facts then, that every civil servant should get their pension as salary, or get their full pension as salary upon resigning and upon retiring and go on pension. That should be right across the board. Now, if you're not going to give it to the police and the teachers and the nurses, etc., then why give it to yourselves? So it started there. And to make it even worse, the idea was placed on the table by the Police Federation. And they said no, but yet the politicians took that for themselves. So they're the only civil servants who get their full salary as pension upon retirement, which is unfair. If the rest of the civil servants are not getting it, then the politicians must not get it. That is plain and straight. Stop robbing the people of Jamaica. No. When it comes to civil servant salaries, the teachers, the police officers have been fighting for years to get an increase, which is not even 10% increase. And it has, whenever they give a little percent, whether 4% or 5%, it is paid over a certain amount of years. Now, they are saying that the reason why they cannot give police, teachers, nurses, etc., a larger increase, they are fooling the Jamaicans to believe that the country does not have, or the country does not possess the financial capacity to facilitate such a raise for police, teachers, and nurses, etc. Well, look at it, people. At the same time, when they are bawling about increase for civil servants, as I spoke of before, they are taking raises in exorbitant percentages. 200%, 100%, come on. How can you allow that for yourself, but you cannot allow that for police, teachers, and nurses, and etc.? So it would appear as if when it comes to salary increases, they care about the country's financial status when it comes to police, teachers, and nurses, firemen, etc. But when it comes to them, they do not care. because they give themselves exorbitant amounts, notwithstanding that the country cannot afford it. How can the country afford your salary, which is a larger salary, but it cannot afford the salary of a teacher or a police officer, which is way smaller than yours? But what should we expect? We are not fools. We know that that is the situation in Jamaica, where the politicians do whatever they feel like do with the government, with taxpayers' money. But when it comes to dealing with the crime issues in the country, and it comes to budgeting money for fighting crime, which is one of Jamaica's sore points, no money is being placed for the Ministry of National Security. No money has been placed for teachers. No money has been placed for nurses, because they are saying that the country has no money. But when it comes to their salary, then that is not the same issue. No. It is clear to me that Jamaica is run by dictators, and Jamaica is a dictatorship country right now. Bro God is a dictator. The first thing that Bro God is doing, he's taking away the citizens' right to speech. People cannot speak their minds anymore. People cannot lobby against the government. They are made to be arrested by the police. Some police who are so foolish that they don't understand the whole laws of their own country. The Jamaica Constabulary Force even make rules that police officers cannot speak on public medias to rant their discuss with the government or even the organization itself. Because so you see what's happening right across the board. Everybody under the Constitution, freedom of speech does not exist in Jamaica anymore. So take it off the books then. Let the world know that the people of Jamaica does not have freedom of speech or freedom of movement then. Take it off the books. Let other countries know that you're a dictator, Bro God. Because that is what you are doing. And when it comes to you and your party or your delegates, you can assert any kind of race that you want in the country without considering the financial status of the country. But when it comes to civil servants or essential services, it is not the same. The people of Jamaica are disgusted, but what are they disgusted at? Because these people in Jamaica, they are the ones that is allowing, they're the ones that are allowing these things to happen. I remember back in the day when the prices of fuel went up in Jamaica and the whole Jamaica was torn to pieces. This whole of the streets in Jamaica was blocked. And the Jamaica was on fire for fuel prices. But you see what happened now that the Prime Minister have taken on such an exorbitant raise from the taxpayers' money. And now he's lying to the Jamaican people that he's returning his salary. How cute. I have seen a whole lot of prime ministers in Jamaica. And by far, this one is the liest one. This man is so hypocritical and thin-skinned. Like everything somebody says about him, he takes it up. This man is a gangster, and everybody do. And well, if nobody not see that this prime minister in Jamaica is a gangster, then you are a fool, you are blind. This man is a gangster. This man is not a prime minister, he's a gangster. This man is running Jamaica like how Dodos run Tivoli Gardens when nobody can open their mouth. This man is running the whole Jamaica like how Dan run his community. You know, see that? Nobody can talk. Nobody not a freedom of speech. Nobody can't vote for who they want to vote for. That is how this man is running the country. He takes whatever he wants and gives to whomever he wants to give anything to. He does not care about the essential services in the country. He does not care about the crime in the country because he does not want to pay police property, and he does not want to equip the police property. Every day he comes on the news and on the televisions with this fake commissioner of police talking about crime is under control, when it's clear. Only a fool wouldn't see that Jamaica is stifling, Jamaica is suffering, Jamaica is drowning because of our crime. Our tourism is shut. Jamaica, the value of Jamaica is the lowest that it has been over for years. Jamaica is at the worst point that it has ever been now. And I do not believe it's there financially. Jamaica has money. But the only time Jamaica does not have money is when it is supposed to pay its teachers, pay its nurses, and pay its police officers, or then pay its essential services. And people sit and allow these things to happen to them. It pains my heart sometimes to see, and you know what, and I was a police officer and I served my country, and I'm glad I'm not serving my country now, you know, because of how this government is dictating. Because I would never, ever subdue myself to a dictatorship like this. Because me, I tell you this, case I was still a police officer. Nobody could chat to me about venting my disgust. Me not afraid of nobody. You would have to fire me, commissioner. Well, we don't have a commissioner of police. We have a puppet and a string. A man who cares about his political career more than the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Everything that is happening in Jamaica now, people look, open their eyes. Everything that is happening in Jamaica as it relates to crime, as it relates to Jamaica's financial status, is a farce. The people of Jamaica, you are being tricked to believe that the country does not have any money. And I hope that you open your eyes now to see the salary increases of these politicians. How can a country that does not have any money to deal with healthcare, to deal with national security and other essential issues, have enough money to raise a politician's salary by 200% and more? That is what I need you people to understand. When it comes to the essentials of the country, when it comes to these things that can cause the country to move forward or to have positive move forward, the government has no money to spend. But when it comes to their salary, they can allow themselves 200% increase. Then tell me now, if that is not enough to tell you that you are being lied to over the years, then it would appear as if you have no eyes or you have no ears. Now, which prime minister named Brogard? I understand that. This man is a gangster. It would appear that you need glasses to see that Jamaica is being run by a gangster, by a mobster. Only not realize that Jamaica is run by a dictator. This man, as far as I'm concerned now, this man is no better than Muammar Gaddafi or what's the guy from Iraq name again? This man is no more than those dictators. He dictates how much the people of Jamaica are paid, and he dictates how much they are paid. Now, when it comes to salary increases for civil servants, the civil servants has to go to representatives, sometimes even the court. When it comes to politicians, who controls how they are being paid? Look at it, people. Nobody controls how the politicians are paid. They control how they are paid. So guess what? They pay themselves as they see fit. They take and they take. Or when nothing is there, they are still taking. But when it comes to the country, a country that is plagued by crime, no money is being spent on national security. Even when they have budgeted a certain amount for the Ministry of National Security, the money is still not spent because they are keeping the money for themselves. All this government is doing is filling their pockets. I am not saying that the previous governments were not doing that. They were all filling their pockets. But no, this is a time, we are not talking about then. Let us talk about now. What is happening in Jamaica now? What is happening in Jamaica now? Open your eyes. The politicians are filling their pockets. Their leader, Brogard, is causing his followers to fill their pockets and fill their bank accounts, while the people of Jamaica are suffering. The people of Jamaica have no jobs. They have nowhere to live. They're on the streets. Crime is escalating in Jamaica as a result of poverty. Everybody know that. that crime is a result of corruption and poverty. And even poverty is as a result of corruption. No, we have the most corrupt politics in the whole entire world. I believe that Jamaica have the most corrupt politics in the entire world. But at the same time, Jamaicans supposed to be smart people. Jamaica as a whole have a smart people in Jamaica. So why are we sitting back and allowing these people to rape us like this on a daily basis? No, like I said before, if you are going to allow politicians to get their full salary as pension, then it is safe, and it's supposed to be right to allow every civil servant to have the same benefit. You cannot have just one set of civil servants having that benefit and the others don't. Everybody should get, as civil servant, should get 100% salary as pension, or nobody should get it at all. No, if you are going to raise your salary by 200% and more, 100%, 200% and more, then it is also fair for you to raise all civil servants to the same. That is all I am saying to you. Because remember, a politician's salaries, and in most cases, are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the amount of a police officer or even a nurse or a teacher. Remember that, you know? So 5% of a teacher's salary is nothing. 5% of a politician's salary is probably a whole teacher's salary or a whole policeman's salary. So how can you give the teachers and the police officers 5% and give yourself 200 and something percent? That means that you're giving yourself over 20 times the amount of a teacher's salary or a policeman's salary. People, do the math. These people are so self-centered and so cruel to the Jamaican people that they do not care about the country, and they do not care about where the taxpayers' money go or how the taxpayers' money is spent. In every country, for any form of progressiveness to take place, the taxpayers' money must be routed in the proper way to the proper ministries so the country can progress. No. All I am seeing happening in Jamaica is that when it comes to essential services and when it comes to the departments that should push the country forward, then the budget is always low or the budget cannot afford that. But when it comes to the politicians' lives and their salaries, then the country is always in a position to afford their increase or their way of life. How is it like that? In every country, brethren, we need to understand this, the government is the people. We are the ones that are paying these politicians. So how the hell are you allowing them to take whatever they want to take? It is time for you people in Jamaica to take it to the streets. And if you don't take it to the streets, then they will continue to rape you. They will continue to misuse your tax-paying monies. And that is what this Prime Minister is doing. This liar Prime Minister. This corrupt Prime Minister. This gangster. This mobster. You don't realize that? If you don't open your eye. The man is living like a drug kingpin. You don't realize that in Jamaica? The man is living like a drug kingpin since the man came to power. All of a sudden, this man own this big place up in a where and can live like Pablo Escobar. So the Prime Minister of Jamaica is living like Pablo Escobar, while the hard-working people in Jamaica are living in slums, are living in poverty. Jamaica is impoverished, while the Prime Minister and his friends are living exorbitant lifestyles. How is it so? Then how can Jamaica be rid of crime when these people are treating the Jamaican people like that? For the first time in my life, I can safely conclude without a shadow of a doubt that Jamaica is being led by a gangster. Or Jamaica is being led by the mob. Jamaica is at a point where criminality is taking over for lawfulness. Jamaica is not a lawful country anymore. Jamaica is a criminal state. Jamaica is a gang state. Jamaica is a corrupted state. Jamaica is filled with fraud, with people with fraud. And everybody is doing this fraud thing, including our leaders. Where is a neutral investigating body to investigate the politicians, how they come by their money and their properties? Do you see anybody care to investigate? What, they scared of bro God? Nobody's investigating how this man come about money apart from his salary. Nobody knows that. But then again, you are investigating a policeman's salary, how he comes by it. A policeman is not getting anything for his salary. You see, they have caused the Jamaican people to move away from what is important. Because that is the trick, to blind the Jamaican people to the criminality, to the fraud that these politicians are doing. They get away on a daily basis with fraud and obtaining money by false pretense. You understand? That is what they are getting away with every day, and converting, fraudulent conversion. These politicians are getting away with fraudulent conversions every day because they are fraudulently converting taxpayers' money to their own use. And when it comes to paying police, teachers and nurses in Jamaica, then they say they have no money. Because all they care about is money in their bank accounts and money in their pocket, because they know that nobody is going to investigate and charge them for the offenses that they are committing. Nobody is going to investigate. Jamaica does not have a neutral money laundering body to investigate every single politician and police officers, and everybody is supposed to be investigated. Once you're in any form of public office, then you should be investigated. Who is investigating these politicians? Nobody. Who neutral? Who's going to say, yeah, no, these monies, we cannot account for this money? Who's going to investigate them? Who is investigating them? Nobody. Because the country is run by a dictator who dictates every single thing. Who dictates how crime is fought, who dictates who is arrested, who dictates who say what and who can't say what. Who dictates who get rich, who stay poor? Who dictates who dies and who lives? Who dictates who migrates and who stays in Jamaica? Who dictates who gets paid and who do not get paid? This is what is happening in Jamaica. Jamaica is now a dictatorship country. And the biggest dictator in Jamaica right now is the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is the biggest dictator in Jamaica right now. He is the head of the dictatorship in Jamaica. We are not run by a government anymore, Jamaican people. We are run by dictatorship. Jamaica is not a democratic country. It's a farce. It's poetry. Jamaica is a criminal state, and Jamaica is run by the mob. Jamaica is run by dictatorship. And the head of the dictatorship is our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, bro, aka Bro God. And if you don't open your eyes and see that, Jamaican people, then what else are you going to open your eyes to? What else are you going to open your eyes to? I am asking you that question. Crime and violence is going to destroy Jamaica, and Jamaica will not possess the ability financially to manage crime and violence once it has reached a certain point. And a matter of fact, Jamaica has reached that point where we cannot manage it financially because the country does not have the money financially. The money is being diverted. The money is being diverted to the politicians and their lifestyle. They choose whatsoever they want to spend the money on, which is themselves. And if you don't open your eyes, Jamaica is going to get, well, matter of fact, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Jamaica will never get better until people start opening their eyes and take the right action against these people. We are paying them. The government is the people. The government is not Bro God and his followers. And until you realize that and realize your rights, that this man cannot stop you from lobbying the government. This man cannot stop you from speaking your truth, or that this man cannot stop you from opening your mouth, then Jamaica will never move forward. Jamaica is in dark days, and there are darker days to come at the leadership of Andrew Holness. This is a leadership of nothing but dictatorship. It's not leadership. This is dictatorship where nobody cannot open their mouth and talk. Police officers are silenced. Citizens are silenced on a daily basis. So what can come from a country when the citizens are silent, especially the police officers? You tell me. Let's get rid of this dictator. That is what Jamaica need to do. Let's get rid of them and their 200% increase, which is straining the country financially. But yet you cannot spend 10% on police and teachers' salary. Do the maths, people.